what aspects of their game has improved, or is it personnel coming back in, or is it a settled squad? I mean, probably maybe a
well, as Colin mentioned there, Damien McGrath has taken over this season, and whenever you get a new coach coming in and making a few different changes, it takes a little while for them to bed in and for that to settle down. And I think now they're starting to see the fruits of what he's implemented.
Sure.
From speaking to him on the series, I know they're up against a few challenges out there in Samoa in terms of the infrastructure and the funding that they've got. But now it's great to see that the work they've done is coming to the fore, and they're starting to get some big results like that.
Certainly, and they will go through to the Cup semi-finals, and deservedly so. Now, this has got to be the atmosphere of the day, at the very least. The crowd's been coming into Stade Jean-Bouin, and their home team over there in Paris have been playing well all weekend long. And, of course, Kenya have got to be one of the best supported teams on the circuit as well. So this one is set for a firecracker over in Paris. Let's hand you back to the commentary team.
Made to work a little harder against Argentina. For Kenya, they're 2-1 so far. They beat Portugal and Russia and narrowly lost to New Zealand in their last remaining pool game. Your referee from this one is the New Zealander Nick Bryant. Alongside me, former England Sevens captain Rob Bickerman. Rob Bickerman, this is going to be worth watching.
You just hope that the French really draw inspiration from this crowd and do things that we know they're capable of. It's going to be some battle.
Kenya start this Cup quarter-final, but it's gone short. So France win possession early on through Steve Barry. Here's Dalinha. Across to Buruahua. Vakatawa. Back to Buruahua. And Terry Buruahua will run away to stun Kenya here in the quarter-final.
Salute to the crowd from Boa. What a contrasting style we've just seen there. Vakatawa, all he wants is that ball. There's 7 men on the team, 6 of you. Your job is to get that man the ball. Terry picks off a lovely inside line, as he does, shows his pace to finish off. But for me, Vakatawa, how do you stop that man?
Well, if the fans here at the Stade Jean-Bouin need any more encouragement than that, they certainly got it. Vakatawa setting up Buruahua. And the conversion for the icing on the cake, 7-0. France lead early doors.
And stun was the correct word to use, Rupert. We talk about these types of environments on the Sevens circuit. It can be intimidating hearing the noise of a home team when you're against them.
Kenya, of course, come into this one as Singapore Sevens champions. Their breakthrough win in a cup final last time out. But France here at home in great form as well. And they've won from the kickoff as well here. More possession for the French. Steve Perez gets the go forward. Perez again, outside to Vakatawa. Vakatawa so dangerous, back inside to his captain once more. 5 metres out, France now. Vakatawa, ball in one hand, goes himself, but the Kenyans have wrapped him up that time, and they'll have the line-out throw 5 metres out.
You've just seen the threat of Vakatawa combining well again with Buruahua. Rightly so, commit as many men as you need to stop him. 3 of them, that'll do for me. Get him into touch, then at least he is.
The pensive look of Frédéric Pomerol, the long-term France head coach, as Colin Gingira throws this one in to his brother, but it's gone on the French side, so more possession for the hosts here. Perez over to Steve Barry. Vakatawa was out on the right wing now. Big offload from Vakatawa. More go forward here from Steve Barry. 10 metres out. And a chance to breathe for Kenya. Crucial turnover there, Rob.
Nairobi Sevens, one of the loudest environments I've ever heard, so that will be accommodated, but got to make sure they're imposing their physicality in this game.
Yep, there's a big Kenya contingent behind the post they're running towards here, Kenya, and here's Collins Injera. Collins Injera, ball in one hand, steps inside Vakatawa, gets the offload going to Billy the Kid Ondiambo, and Billy the Kid is back.
Right in front of that Kenyan support you mentioned, Rupert. Ondiambo inspiring his team on the back of some great work from that man once again. Injera holding the ball one hand, beating Vakatawa, holding Perez on the inside, managing to free the ball up. Ondiambo finishes out wide, taking Terry Boa on his back for his troubles as well.
Yeah, I said he's back. He missed the Hong Kong and Singapore events, Billy Ondiambo, so he'll be pleased to be back in the team and in try-scoring form as well. Okay, crucial conversion from Samuel Oliedge. But that just fades out to the right, so a 2-point buffer remains for France.
Suddenly the flag stopped waving, the noise dies down, apart from the Kenyan fans dancing away on the right-hand side of where we're sat. Makes all the difference if you can stop the building of the momentum in the crowd.
Figure with the grey hair there is the manager of the French team, Jean-Claude Scrella. Coached the France 15s at the 1999 Rugby World Cup. Lakafia wins the kickoff for France. Barahua under huge pressure from Kenyan tacklers, but they've gone in at the side, says referee Nick Bryant, so a penalty to France to relieve some pressure.
And they recognise opportunities at breakdown, Kenya. They're quite smart with it, sometimes leaving it as a tackle only and not committing. Conversely, if they do manage to tackle Terry Barahua, you see with the ball now, he's around about 70 kilograms. So if he has got the ball, expect to see him hit pretty hard and then that breakdown to be attacked.
Fine margins on the touch finder there from Barahua, but he safely gets it over inside Kenyan territory. Ball given away there. You look at that stat, 5 times by Kenya, so only being down by 2 points here. Given the amount of times they've surrendered possession, Rob, I guess they'll be pretty pleased the scoreline isn't more.
Yeah, and that doesn't put them off. They make a lot of errors. They understand that. The skill set's perhaps not as high as the French team, but they like to make arm wrestles of games.
Perez swings it out to Barahua. Here's Vakatawa on the inside line. Virame goes to work, the big man. Gives it off to Lakafia with the offload, but just couldn't take the pass there. Pierre-Gilles Lakafia, but every time Vakatawa touches the ball, it looks like something's going to happen.
He stood wide right on the pitch. He cut back 60 metres, still threatening with the ball, trying to look for that free arm to get Lakafia down the far side, but unfortunately couldn't quite put it off. That man just needs ball.
He, of course, has missed quite a few events on the series this year when he was playing Six Nations for France, and they really missed him, didn't they? He made such a difference, probably more than any other individual in any team. Scrum to Kenya here, and they'll just chip it over the line here as time has clicked down to end this first half. What an opening 7 minutes it has been. The crowd have loved every minute of it. Vakatawa set up Barahua for their try, but Kenya responded through Billy Onziambo to cut the deficit to 2 points. This was the offload from Collins Injera to Billy Onziambo, and he ran away. 7-5. France lead Kenya at halftime.
Noise and atmosphere, certainly they're making themselves heard, but the rest of the stadium is right in behind France. And we were hoping, weren't we, just as this game kicked off, Colin, that the French would deliver, because they are down there at 10th overall, seeming to rise above that standing today.
Okay. Yes, indeed, and so important to them is Vakatawa, their winger, straight into the game with that trademark offload, and the captain, Terry Barahua, supporting as he always does, and got France off to a great start, really engaged the crowd straight away. But Kenya have come back into it. You can see that the physicality they bring around the breakdown in particular. And this is a cracking second half in store.
It certainly is. We've already had upsets, haven't we, in these Cup semi-finals. More fun to come, no doubt, as we hand you back to Carl Tanana and Rupert Cox.
Noise level lifts once again as France will have a feed to this scrum.
Expected to get pretty raucous again. Looking at set piece. Sole objective, how do you get Vakatawa the ball in a little bit of space?
Crouch.
Well, they know what's coming, Kenya, don't they? I think everyone in the crowd knows who's getting the ball here at the end of the line. And
sit.
You've got to say that Vakatawa is the man for them to make something happen. And here he is now with the ball in his hands once again. Tries to go on the outside, cuts inside, but that's a really good tackle there from Oscar Ayodi to bring down Vakatawa. What a counter up there from Kenya. But it's fallen into French hands once again. Loose ball. Chance here on the right-hand side. It's Lakafia. Lakafia against Kayange. Lakafia. Wonderful tackle there. And the ball has gone forward. Big chance, big let off. And Kenya survive.
Almost feel the sigh of relief from all the Kenyan supporters right in front of that Vakatawa absorbing defenders. Amazing turnover here. 3 Kenyans identifying a breakdown that they can blast through. Unfortunately, the trailing foot meant the ball was then turned over. But on the line, French mercy here. Lacafia manages to get the ball out, and not 1, not 2, but 3 French players could have scored that try. That is a huge error and potential momentum changer.
Work still to do. Looks like a turnover at the scrum. No, it's fallen into Kenyan hands, but a penalty decision has been given to France. They win the tight head at the scrum.
Underestimated area.
Here comes Barawa. Barawa's taken it quickly and he dishes it off to Manuel Delinya. And has he got down? Yes, he has. And France have scored their second try. Quick thinking from the skipper.
Very quick thinking. The scrum was a key element there. People waiting for it to be set up. Spots his opportunity. And no matter how much Njira on a Monday tried to get underneath Dalinga, just too powerful, too strong, too heavy to just stop him as he puts the ball down.
Great strength of Dalinga. He's been there, done that, made his debut way back in 2007. Manuel Dalinga. And here he is scoring a try in this cup quarter-final in Paris. Barawa almost in off, but just bounces off the right-hand upright. So remain at 12 points to 5.
Dalinga 2007 debut. No doubt has memories of the 2005 tournament that French won on this ground, albeit looking very different.
Yeah, there was an athletics track around the Stade Jean Bouin back in those days, but it's been rebuilt since then. The home of Stade Francais, and what a wonderful stadium it is, as Terry Barawa lifts it high into midfield. And that's Frank Wanyama underneath it off the bench. Big take from him. Here's Collins Njira. He's still out there. And now the captain, Andrew Amonde, running through Virimi Vakatawa there. Ball spilled out the back, and Vakatawa's onto it. No one at home for Kenya. And shut the gate. Vakatawa will dot it down in the corner.
Listening to the crowd erupt as Vakatawa does what he only knows how to do. Picked himself up after being sat down pretty despondently from Andrew Amonde. Ball out the back of the ball, slight slip from the Kenyan supporting player. And Vakatawa diving over the flag post as he puts the ball down to get this crowd roaring once more.
Merci indeed, Virimi Vakatawa. Barawa with an out-wide conversion. Sends it high. Has it got the distance? Yes, it does, but just goes underneath the crossbar.
He enjoys his rugby, Vakatawa, celebrating the tries, supporting his team. Such a linchpin to this French outfit.
17-5 now for France against Kenya. 3 tries to 1 in this cup quarter-final. The winner will go through to play either Fiji or Australia in the cup semis. And Kenya are onto this. Kenya have the ball. They haven't had much possession in this second half, and they've knocked it on and gifted the ball back to France here, who will set a scrum just on their side of the halfway line. So promising signs for Kenya there, but coming up with the error right.
Never great to see Willian back off the pitch with a nice bag, but these are the times and moments in the game when you start looking at the clock. 1 minute 45, not a huge amount of time. You can see the difference in the score on the top left-hand side there. That is a crucial statistic. Giving the ball away like an unforced error in tennis, painful to see.
Free kick at the scrum. France go quickly. Steve Barry here. Steve Barry cuts through. Offloads to Paredes, but he knocks it on, and it's into the hands now of Augustin Lugonzo. Time running out here for Kenya. Need to score quickly. Making some yards up the middle of the field. But another knock on at the back of the ruck. France making life so difficult for them. And here's Lacafia. Lacafia, has he got the pace? Gets away from one. He's only got one to beat. And Pierre-Gilles Lacafia points to the fans. And he has sealed it for Les Bleus.
Lap that up, Lacafia. Enjoy every moment as the spine tingles. This crowd erupts. And the big man bulls his way through, gritting their teeth, big fend, backs his pace, kicks the knees up, flies down the right-hand side and enjoys every second as he slams it down, shouts to the crowd, "What have you got for me?"
They've got a cup semi-final. That's what they've got. Just 20 seconds left now. Barakwa with a conversion. 4 tries to 1, France. Another brilliant performance. He adds the extras, does the skipper. And as Jean-Claude Scrella looks on, as Lakafia, did he not love that?
The power punch as he scores it. That's what emotion means to these people. That's what this home crowd can do to you.
24 points to 5. What a lift this France Sevens team have had here in Paris at home. Round 9 of the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series. And they have done the business, big style, against Kenya as the tricolour wave around the Stade Jean Bouin here in Paris. 10 years they've waited for this event to come back here. And the France Sevens team are making the most of it. Vakatawa got on the score sheet. 1 of 4 tries. Lakafia as well. Brilliant performance from France. They are through to the Cup semi-finals. They'll play either Fiji or Australia, who are coming next. They have beaten Kenya